Alright guys, well welcome to the first videos before we start the lectures, before you start learning how to trade modern Wyckoff and potentially change your entire life. So congratulations, you made it. And yeah, let's just get started. We're going to get started with setting up your Tradingview, so that way it's easy for you to chart along if you are joining me for live trading sessions Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday as of the time of this recording. The most important part to start with is being able to set up these custom time frames. You can see up here we got 12 months, 6 months, 3 months, 1 month, 2 weeks, all the way down to the minute. This is essential in being able to execute these strategies effectively, being able to do an analysis, because these models are valid on any time frame, so you want to have all the information available. Aside from that, this is my hot toolbar. In order to access these tools, you just scroll here to the left and you go click an arrow, and if I see a star next to something, then that means I have that in my hot toolbar. So I do rarely use trend lines, rays, horizontal rays, or vertical lines. They are there just for me to easily mark out things that you won't use that often, especially when you're just getting started. But I do keep them there just in case, because sometimes I like to use them for like marking out volume. When I have volume, for example, I'll show you a volume here. I like to use this tool to just kind of mark out the exact volume candlestick I'm on, so that way I can see that on the chart. You won't see that a lot, but just a heads up, they are there. So you can go ahead and copy these down if you like. Not as used as some of the other things like fib retracement, definitely used. So go ahead and star that, and we'll get into the templates later. Long and short position, definitely starred. You absolutely need fixed ranged volume profile. I have a brush that I barely use. I use the highlighter a lot. I use the rectangle a lot. I use the circle. Yeah, all these I use quite a bit, especially the curve. So go ahead and star all these. I do write text sometimes just to keep notes to myself. Not the biggest deal. Don't use any emojis. Don't know why they are there, but I guess it's fun for some people. So that's going to set us up. I just want to go right into some of the most important templates. For example, this fib retracement tool. I use this constantly to pull ranges, and we'll get into all that later. But it's really important that you are able to set this up correctly. So go ahead and click on that, and then you're going to want to pull up the settings of it as well. And here are my settings. I have everything unchecked except for these three. You check any, you can check any of these as long as these values are the same, and then color them the way that makes most sense for your eye. So you got 0, 0.5, and 1, and then save it as a template. So you go down here, click your template, save as. This one's just a range. The next one is the DL tool, deviation limit tool. It helps you visualize when these ideas aren't nearly as valid or higher probability anymore. And the only thing different here is I've added 2 more. You got 1.3 and negative 0.3, and you're going to save that as a DL tool. Okay. This rectangle I use a lot. I use it to mark out supply demand quite a bit. So just to go through all these, I got demand, expansion, fair value gap, manipulation, range, screenshot borders if I want to put borders around the notes that I'm taking in supply. I really only mostly use supply and demand, and they're basically the same, they're just different colors. So for demand I have a nice green, supply I have a nice blue. Color those any way that makes the most sense for you. Some people use the same color of all for both of them. I don't do that for the sake of just knowing when I'm looking at a model where the price will go down or a model where I'm anticipating the price to go up. I do use this curve quite a bit for marking out liquidity trails. My long and short are set up in a way to where I only see the distance of my stop loss. Set it up however you want. There's a lot of information available, but this is the only thing that I look at. It allows me to do simple math of when I'm trailing stop loss and if I want to add that risk back later in the trade. So that's why I have all that set up. But yeah, that's it for what I think is really important on these quick tools. Now let's just jump into, and I think I'm going to highlight this on another video as well, but let's just jump into the indicators that I use. I only use two. I only use volume. This allows me to see volume, and this helps me identify additional confirmations within certain models with certain assets, especially crypto. And then I use sessions. Sessions is really important because I trade by the session. This allows me to also see what happened previously during Asia or London. That way I can make an educated decision. So sessions here allow me to see, so the blue I have marked out for London, the orange is New York, black is market change over time for Forex, and purple is Asia. And I'm going to pull up my settings here. I'm in time. I use time zone GMT +1. London times. Make sure extend opening range and Fibonacci levels are off, and you just set it to candles. It's just a really clean look. Struggle with this, just take screenshots. You'll also be able to see this in the ebook that I am providing as a PDF. You can also purchase the ebook if you'd like. Not required. The PDF is free. Tokyo, and then market turnover. Keep in mind, if you're in a place with daylight savings, there is going to be occasional changes to these, so it is important to just stay aware of all that. But anyway, this was a short and sweet video, guys. Nothing crazy. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to shout out online. I'm going to post more content online, and I will be live streaming again Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So join the chat. Let me know if you have any questions, and